Now let's look into few more examples. So the next thing to be discussed is handling credentials, how to handle the credentials. We will take an example of AWS for this. Okay, so credentials configured in Jenkins can be handled in pipelines for immediate use. So the first one, we will begin with for secret text usernames and passwords and secret files. Jenkins declarative pipeline syntax has the credentials helper method. Okay, so used within the environment directive. So let's add that part, so which supports secret text username and password as well as a secret file credentials. Let's look into the secret text first. So we will take the example from Amazon Web Services. Okay, secret text. So the pipeline which is visible on your screen shows an example of how to create a pipeline using environment variables for secret text credentials. In this example, two secret text credentials are assigned to separate environment variables to access Amazon Web Services. So these credentials would have been configured in Jenkins with their respective credential IDs. So here we have a Jenkins AWS secret key ID and Jenkins AWS secret access ID. So you can reference the two credential environment variables as defined in the pipeline's environment directive. So we have attached this into the pipeline environment directive because it's a declarative declarative pipeline. So that's the reason we have that provision to attach these things into environment directive. So within the stages, we use steps using the syntax AWS access key ID and AWS secret access key ID. One is access key ID and second one is secret key. So for example, here you can authenticate to AWS using the secret text credentials assigned to the credential variables. And but the issue here is secrecy. Okay, we will discuss about the secrecy, but before that we're gonna build this pipeline and see what's going to happen. So in this pipeline example, the credentials assigned to the two AWS environment variables are scoped here globally for the entire pipeline. So these credential variables could also be used in stages steps. However, the environment directive in this pipeline were moved to a specific stage as in the case of usernames and password pipelines. So here we will be doing this exercise because I have attached some random access keys because I have to again log into the Amazon Web Services where to get it. So I cannot show you the actual keys which are existed with my this thing. So I would write this piece of code and we will execute it, but it's not the it's not going to work. We'll get an error because I'm not using the exact one. So let me get into that. So let me create a new dashboard, sorry, new item, and I will give the name as Jenkins pass, and where is done Jenkins, and I'll remove here. I would say secret and example 1 or exercise 1 and pipeline project, and click OK and come scroll down completely, and here I will write the piece of code. Okay, yes, we have written the piece of code here. So agent remains same, you can put it anything, or if it is not required, so I will leave it as anything because I don't want to add any agent here. Yeah, I say any, rest all is fine. So let me attach Jenkins AWS secret key ID here. So Let me bring AWS. I think what is that secret key, right? Yeah, secret key, and paste it. And then we have access key ID, Jenkins AWS access key ID, and paste it, and save it and build it. See what's gonna happen. Yes, it's failed. It will fail because I did not use the actual one, because I cannot expose the uh, very secret access key, and so I don't want to expose those things, so that's why I did not use it properly. But you should have seen the pipeline code. You just look into this code one more time. Okay, this is what the code is. So to maintain the security and anonymity of these credentials, so if you want to maintain it, you can have one more option. If the job displays the value of these credential variables from within the pipeline, example echo AWS secret access key, or other one, so Jenkins only returns the value of some asterisk. So to reduce the risk of secret information being disclosed to the console output, and any logs, any sensitive information and credential IDs themselves are also returned. So in the pipelines run output. So that's the reason. Uh, it's a little bit of secrecy issue. So it's fine. But this is how we actually run our pipelines to execute and enter to get the login of the AWS account or any other account. And we have, for example, if you want to use Bitbucket, and for the Bitbucket, the variable is Bitbucket common crits. So it contains a username and a password separated by a colon in the format using username colon password. Or else you can use Bitbucket common crits user, an additional variable containing the username component only. Or you can use Bitbucket common crits PSW. So here you can attach only password. So you can use any of them. If you use Bitbucket common creds, then you have to attach Jenkins Bitbucket common creds uh, username and password separated by the colon. So that's how we handle the credentials.